Hey guys, welcome to Fantasy Tip. Max with you for this year's Swiss Army Knife video. What is a Swiss Army Knife player, you may ask? It is a player who can accomplish many things at once. More often than not, he has a very good floor. This video in particular is specifically for category league managers and or points league managers who are looking for streamers to keep an eye out during the last few weeks of the season and fantasy playoff, where you compile hits, blocks, face-offs, shots, etc. This video will help you in the next month. Just for an example of, in my opinion, the top Swiss knife player in the NHL, and it's not even close, it's JT Miller. 27 goals, 47 assists, 74 points, but also compiles 128 shots, 146 hits, which ranks him 24th, and 42 blocks. He has double eligibility positions with center and right wing, 30 power play points, and 6 game winners. He also ranks 5th in the NHL for faceoffs won at 574. Obviously, a guy like JT Miller will not be on the market, but I wanted to give you guys an example and quickly show you what I mean by a Swiss knife player. Other superstars that could be included in the category include Mikko Rantanen, Eric Sinek, Vincent Trocheck, Alex Ovechkin, and you should note this down for next year's draft because these players are super helpful. As for someone who can be an elite Swiss knife defenseman, I'll use Jacob Trouba as an example. 20 points in 54 games, just under 2 shots per game with 100, 2.74 hits, and 2.85 blocks per game. That's McDavid-like numbers for peripherals. He is the Connor McDavid for defensive stats in fantasy hockey. All right, let's jump into the juice and what we're here for. Depending on your league settings, these first slides should be considered as elite waiver wire options heading into the playoff due to their amazing floor and combination of peripherals. I'm going to start with the same man I started last year because, as you know, some things just don't change. Boone Jenner ranks 10th in the league for faceoffs won per game at 10.2. He also has double eligibility, which means you can get faceoff from the left wing side if your league considers faceoffs. He ranks 3rd in blocks for forwards at 1.3 per game. He centers the first line in Columbus, and guess what? He's the PP1 center and has a role on the penalty kill. He is the golden stream, in my opinion. Pierre-Luc Dubois is another. You might be surprised to find Dubois here, but truth is, he started to wake up and he's looking really good. Double eligibility as well. He's got 6 points in the last 6 games with 14 shots, 17 hits, 29 faceoffs, and 3 blocks. This is the exact kind of stat line you want from depth pieces of your fantasy team during playoff time. I love making this video because I'm really diving into many guys that I love personally. Sometimes when I make videos, I have to recommend some guys who have no floors but are on hot streaks. Therefore, I have to step over my personal feelings. But Brayden Schenn is a guy I love and target in practically every league. Double eligibility, power play time, above 2 shots, above 2 hits per game. He can win you faceoffs from the wing. Sam Bennett is a center who averages above 2 shots and 2 hits per game as well. A big extra is the fact that he plays on the line with Matthew Tkachuk. If all those guys are taken, Ryan Hartman is a good replacement. Double eligibility, wins you face-off, gets a little over a hit per game. He's at 2.3 shots per game and plays PP2 in Minnesota, going up and down the lineup. He gets a little more than a point every 2 games. Now, non-face-off winning streamers, we've got Radko Gudas. I mean, 178 hits, 112 blocks. He's one of 12 defensemen in the NHL to have over 100 hits and blocks so far this season. And he shoots more than once per game, which is a big extra. He also has 13 points on the season and a surprising plus 11 on a bad Ducks team. This makes him an excellent Swiss knife defenseman. Tom Wilson's going through a really rough phase right now, but if there was ever a time to buy low, it's now. Normally, elite hitting, elite shot volume. He only has 3 points in the last 24 games, but guess what? I scooped him up in my 12-man Cats League this week because I'm confident he will return to the Wilson we all love. Or hate. Lawson Crouse, double eligibility, 20 goals, 31 points, 125 shots, 117 hits. I think that's enough said. A lot to give here. Eeli Tolvanen, middle six forward with double eligibility, elite hitting volume, great shot volume. He's up to 31 points on the season. He slowed down a little bit, still a great option. I'm not dropping. Dakota Joshua, injured right now. Still is the second best hitter in the NHL at 195. He has 26 points, and only 2 players in the top 25 have more points than him, and that's Brady Tkachuk and Evander Kane. I'm talking about the top 25 hitters, of course. Now let's jump into the under 15% rostered players. I'll start with the centers. Most of these guys are some of the best third-line centers in the show right now. Number 1, Adam Lowry, 12% rostered. He has 25 points. He averages well above 2 hits per game, 1 block per game. He has 2 shorthanded points on the season and a beautiful plus 11 rating. Makes him an excellent Swiss knife center. Colton Sissons, a little bit of the same, 26 points, 101 shot, 105 hits. He averages 7.5 face-offs. Therefore, he has a great floor as well. JG Pageau ranks 13th in blocked shots for forwards with 1 per game. He's elite at the face-off dot and ranks 23rd in the league with 8.61 per game. 22 points on the season to go with his 146 hits. Also tied for second in the league with 6 shorthanded points. Nick Bjugstad, 29 points, 116 shots, 455 face-offs won, 84 hits. Plays on both special team unit. And he's going to be a great streamer during fantasy playoffs, I feel like. And for a second year in a row, you'll have to hear me praise one of my favorite players in the league, Scott Laughton. Tied for second in the league as well with 6 shorthanded points, above 120 shots, 100 hits to go with his 311 face-off. He's also got 5 points in the last 4 games. He's up to 25 on the season. It doesn't matter what line he plays on. He produces. He's also on the PP2. Yanni Gourde up next. The line of Tolvanen, Gourde, and Bjugstad was and probably still is the most dangerous third line in hockey. If you disagree, please let me know in the comments below which third line is better, which third line is your favorite. Gourde has 113 shots and is nearing 100 hits on the season. He's got 21 points so far. Now, under 15% winger eligible players. Of course, GT Compher, PP1 in Detroit, cemented on a line with Patrick Kane, double eligibility with left wing, right wing, and he's also golden if you're in a face-off league. Mikael Granlund, already up to 31 points. Granlund wins you a bunch of face-offs. He isn't scared to hit despite being a playmaking 5'10" player. I've seen him live. This guy's a real bulldog along the boards and could be a fantasy winner if he gets a hot streak going at the right time. I know he is on the Sharks, but I have a lot of confidence in Granlund. Marcus Foligno, 20 points, plus 12, hitting machine, 15th in the league with 163 hits on the year. We also have a face-off winning left winger in Erik Haula playing with Jack Hughes. PP2 time, PK specialist, and he gets more than a hit per game. Marcus's brother, Nick. Ever since he's been back from injury, Nick Foligno has not had a game without a shot or a hit. During the same stretch, he's compiled 5 goals, 3 assists in 10 games. PP1 and penalty kill option. He is the real definition of a Swiss knife player. Oh, guess what? He also wins you face-offs from the left wing position. Morgan Geekie doesn't have insane peripherals, but he's good enough in everything. Few shots here, few hits there. 3 to 7 face-offs won per game to go with his 25 points on the season. His double eligibility helps him make this list. Now let's look at the under 15% defensemen. Seeler is the leader in the NHL for block shots with 164 so far. He also has 69 shots and 99 hits. and a great plus 18 on the year. Jani Hakanpaa, another D who's part of the 100 club, 159 hits, 111 blocks, plus 9 on the season, elite peripherals once again. Seeler may be the block leader right now, but Alec Martinez is by far the best shot blocking defenseman in the NHL. He averages 3.25 blocks per game and also had a spot on the power play during Shea Theodore's absence. He's got 16 points this season, 3 coming from the power play, 57 shots, and all that in only 39 games. Now, I don't know why, but I've had so many of my opponents this year piss me off from adding Jake Middleton. He is also part of the 100 club with 116 hits and 119 blocks, but he also has 7 goals, 11 assists for 18 points without any power play time, and probably 2/3 of his points came against me this year. Is it too early to classify Brandt Clarke here? Maybe, possibly, most likely. In the 4 games he's played in a row though, recently, he got a goal, 3 assists, 4 points, 2 coming from the power play on the PP2 with 12 shots and 7 blocks. We might have a steal here, boys, if he sticks around. Another young defenseman, Kaiden Guhle, 70 shots, 84 hits, 135 blocks, 14 points, a little bit of everything. Ryan Pulock at 4%. I do not think he will remain at 4% when fantasy playoffs come around. He just got back from injury and averages above 2 hits and above 2 blocks per game this season. Also, if Noah Dobson was to go down due to injury, he would be a lock to be the PP1 quarterback. He is, after all, the Alexander Matheson to Dalvin Cook. Sorry, guys. I love to say that. And finally, Artem Zub, close to 0.5 points per game, 1.2 shots, 2 hits, 1.7 blocks. Makes him a decent option. No power play time on a stacked Ottawa D. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you're in a Cats league, this one was definitely for you. But if you're in a points league that compiles hits, shots, blocks, I hope this helps you guys to figure out which players have the best floor. So during the playoff, if these guys, they do some points, it's all bonus, it's all extra. During playoff, I like to go for guys who have solid floors. If you like the content, please click the like button, subscribe to our channel. It's always a pleasure to help you guys, and I will catch you guys real soon. Good luck to everybody.